Well, at one point, Blandón got arrested, and he was facing life.
4 lives.
4 life sentences?
Yeah, 4 life sentences. I think if I say it the way my lawyer said that the prosecutor said is that if Danillo Blandón wanted to make a deal, he was going to have to bring the moon.
What was he caught with?
10,000 kilos.
10,000 kilos. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, hold on, I'm going to do some math here. 10,000 kilos. A kilo was going for how much back then? Retail?
15 probably.
$150 million worth of cocaine. Which, after you rock it up.
Well, when it goes to the end users.
Yeah.
Probably
half $1 billion.
Probably turn into $1 billion.
When
you go to the end user, to the guy
user.
who gets and he sells a $10 rock on the street, So the cocaine it has a way of generating all the way down the chain. Because one guy he'll buy a kilo, then he'll sell ounces. Then the guy who sells the ounces, he'll sell some eighths, and then the guy who sells eighths, he might sell a gram, and the guy who buys a gram might smoke a piece and sell a few pieces.
Right, and it's getting cut along the way.
All the way down.
You're mixing it in with other shit.
Out. And then the guy who buy a $10 piece, he might take a hit of that and $5 and sell another $5. So it just
okay. So he had about $1 billion worth of drugs, essentially. If you look at it all the way down the line,
the way that the government would have looked at it.
4 life sentences. They let him out. Right at the same time that you get out?
Yeah, I think he got out 4 or 5 days after me.
With the purpose of setting you up?
They never said that, but that was our theory, that the only purpose... the only person who named on the letter that they took to the judge was my name. We felt they misled the judge in the letter. The letter went something like... we want to let Mr. Blandón out so he can reestablish his relationship with Mr. Ross, who is a large crack cocaine dealer in the Los Angeles area.
There was part of the documentary where the head of the CIA was speaking to the community.
Yeah.
And one of your guys, I guess, who was being sentenced right around the same time as you,
Chico.
Chico, was saying how Blandón was paid $166,000. Yeah. What was that about?
Well, they give him a reward. Like if you're an informant, they'll pay you. Not only that once you're out of trouble, work your way over, you're not doing no jail time. Now they put you on a payroll. So they'll start to pay you by how big of a person you bring in. And apparently they said that we was big enough for him where he could get $177,000 or something like that.
Okay. He gets out, and you're out as well.
Yeah.
And he starts to call you up, and
he called me before he got out, though. The first phone call, he was at the DA office.
Okay.
When he called me.
So he's calling you up and say, "Hey, I got 100 kilos for you for $10,000 a kilo."
Well, it didn't start at 10,000.
Oh, what did it start at?
It started at 17, I think it was.
But you got him down to 10.
Yeah, I guess you could say. I guess you could say 10 hit my button.
Okay. And this went on for months. It's not like he called you up and then...
6 months.
Yeah. Now, you had just walked away from beating a case? Or you done some...
Yeah, I didn't really... I did time, but the sheriffs had got me a short time.
How long did you do?
5.5 years.
Okay. Here you are, 5.5 years that you just did. You're free. You got some money. Not a lot of money, but you have some money.
No, I was broke.
Well, you were building a community center.
No, I had the center left over from when I got out. It was still there. That was one thing that I held on to while I was gone.
Okay.
So I didn't have the money to finish it. I was in foreclosure, $30,000 in foreclosure. I had also tricked myself into believing that this theater was me, almost like I did at one time about cocaine.
Right, because you were buying a theater.
Huh?
You were in the process of buying a theater, and you owed a little bit more money on it.
Yeah, I bought the theater. I owed $300,000 on it. But what's more important, not it don't even matter about it's the mental attachment. You know, like I've been in the newspaper talking about this building. I've been on TV talking about this building. You know, all the rappers came down and they supposed to help me with this building. You know, this is gonna be the hub for hip hop in LA. You know, this building is gonna be where every rapper in this country is gonna want to get on this stage. And I had made that my almost like my everything, you know, like this is the most important thing to me in almost in the world, you know. Oh no, this is worth going back to jail for, you know, where I started to feel like I'm willing to take a chance even if it's gonna cost me a life sentence.